Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show. why am I so damn close to the camera? Jeez, my face is right there. I don't ever remember that being that damn close on the main for Ryback TV. Jeez, Louise, I don't want to be that close to myself. Welcome to the Ryback Show, guys. I am your host, the big guy Ryback. We're here on YouTube, Twitch, and at Ryback Rules, and at Ryback on Twitter, and streaming live the big guy RYBACK20 on TikTok and Instagram. So I appreciate you guys showing your love and support on those platforms as well. This podcast, this show is brought to you by, as it's always brought to you by, Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, no artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan friendly for men and women on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% just by watching or listening to this show with discount code RYBACKSHOW20, RYBACKSHOW20. Just use that code at checkout. You get 20% off your entire order. Compliments of the big guy. That on feedmemore.com. You can also sign up for my massive savings program for my email and text that is in the description here on YouTube as well, and will be pinned in the comments after the show. You can sign up for one or the other. You get 25% off just for signing up for either the email or the text message. So you can get 25% off codes to use whenever you want on that. And every week I send out massive discounts. Like this week, sent out a discount: buy any 3 supplements, get $30 off. We've done spend $100, get $40 off, buy one, get one free. We've done get $100 off of orders $225 and up, and free shipping, where you're only spending $125 for a big, huge order and not even paying shipping on it. Do a lot of sweet deals every week, and no spam, just my thought of the week, message of positivity on the email story, and then a little quick message on the text with the discount. And that's it. And we had an 84% returning customer rate this last month, and that just keeps climbing. And I'm very, very proud of that. And that program is doing very well for us. And it's my way to give back and say thank you to the returning customers, and where you could really, people load up and save on that. And it's something that makes me very happy that I could do that, because let's face it, with everything, with gas and groceries, it sucks. I had over a quarter of a tank, and I found a place where it was $5.19 for the premium here in Vegas, and that was 70 something bucks just for that. It's usually in the 80s for a full tank, and that, if it keeps going up, it's going to go up. But God, I'm glad I don't have that Laramie truck. That thing, gas guzzler. But I got the Hemi on the Charger as well, so that doesn't get the greatest gas mileage either. But damn it, I love the way it sounds. What do we got going on today? It's good to see everybody. As always, super chats are brought up on the screen, unless you're just a complete schmuck and ask stupid questions. But I usually try to answer everybody on the super chats with all of that. The big guy Starbucks coffee money with all of that. And if not, we get to your questions as I see them. And health, fitness, supplementation, mindset, pro wrestling, life, anything going on, anything. Fa dieting. Hey, buddy, how are you? Did I get the HOA thing figured out? Hope you didn't have to shell shock anybody. Yeah, so there's a new HOA management company for the community I live in. Well, they did not send me an email or letter notifying of a new payment address. So the payments that I've been making since I've lived here and since 2014 were not getting cashed. But it was odd because one of them did, and it wasn't. But this started in October, so they didn't get October's payment. They randomly got November's. They did not get December, January, February, March, even though I'd made them and they had been deducted out of my bank account. Well, what had happened is they've just shown that they're going to be delivered. It's through like the Chase bill pay. But in that program, I would have no way of knowing unless I knew there was a problem. And then I could go in there and look. So finally got it figured out. We're talking to them Because I'm like, well, why would you get one payment and not the rest? And they go, we don't know. So they finally realized that they didn't send me the thing. I go into my Chase thing and I see that these payments had been taken out of my account, but they were pending. That because Chase will take the money out and then send the check to the company. So, anyways, I had to have them cancel all of them. I'll get that money back into my account. And then this month on the next payment, I'm just going to back pay all the ones, and they're dropping the fees that were added on to it. So it's just a pain in the ass, but the what do we got going on? It was just something you gotta. I don't know why. I don't know why I did not get the email or the thing, but I sure as hell got the letter stating that I owed all this money in fees, and then I contacted them right away. So, but yeah, HOAs are. If you know, they're good. They keep up the community. They keep up all the landscaping. We just got the streets all got repaved. Looks nice, brand new. Looks like a brand new development still. Even it looks great. Everyone keeps up their houses. Everyone keeps up their yards. And we're approaching with the way the market's going. My place is getting closer and closer to 1 million. So I'm no complaints from the big guy on that. And it's not quite there yet. I think with within the next year, I think it will be able to go for that with all the improvements we've made, and just it keeps they're going up like crazy. My old childhood house, my dad told me they paid $77,000 for that. My old childhood house, which is in the ghetto, by the way, here in Vegas. Now that area has been, I say the ghetto, it's just more of a very older neighborhood, and but the place now, someone just bought it for like $326,000. And it does not look like a $326,000 home. Actually, though, if that home was like in San Diego or LA, it would be $1 million home, which is crazy. That's the way that the market is. This would be probably like a $3 million home over there. That's why people come from Cali. They sell their homes. And that's why all the Cali people are taking the homes. People in Vegas are trying to get homes, but Cali people are coming with all this cash because they're selling all these places, and they're getting way better places for way less money out here. And it's just the influx of, we're just getting, it is what it is. It's great for property value. It's worse for traffic, for crime goes up typically when you get that, especially those people. I'm not fond, and it's just people in general, just bad people. Now, obviously not everyone from California is a bad person, but for a while we were getting they had I don't know what if policies had changed, but they had a 3-strike policy initially many years ago, where we were getting a lot of people that were getting 1 and 2 strikes. They're 2-strike offenders that were committing like misdemeanors or smaller crimes. And then if they were to commit a third one living in California, they would receive jail time. So what they were doing is then coming here. So we were getting literally, that's why people think that way here. A lot of people like, why do people in Vegas think that? It's because of that. Because then our crime started going up when that happened, and everyone figured out what was going on with that. And so it's obviously, you can't group everyone together in that, but it sure as hell is a real thing, And this is the big guy city, man. We don't need to be, I'll shell shock a mofo if I have to, and I'll flee the scene. I ain't going to jail over it. Shell shock and run. All right, what else do we got going on? I saw there was a lot of controversy with that Leah Thomas stuff. A lot of memes going around, a lot of funny ones actually. But I really feel like that there's all this controversy that there doesn't need to be. And I've said this before. I go, why don't they just simply create a third class? Have a men's division, a women's division, and a trans division. And I feel like that will, I don't care if there's only one swimmer. They swim by themselves until there's more people. And they should do that for every sport and every event. And nobody should have a problem with it. And I don't think they will with that. And rather than trying to force, where no matter which way you go, whether it's men's or women's, there's people that are going to be offended and outraged, right? Just simply give them their own class. And then I believe that truly is the best solution. And I do think that at some point, I don't know why they're not doing it. And I don't accept the thing, well, there's not enough people. There is. And it will encourage more actually to that. And the division will just grow no matter what sport it's in. And I think it's such a simple solution rather than letting them. I don't think what happened is right, and it's not. And it's just give them their own class and let everyone be happy. But that would take common sense, I feel like, and just basic logic and reasoning. And it's immediately when I saw this, I go, why don't they have their own class? Like, and all for it. Everything's great. Like, let's just give them their own class and everyone wins. But what else do we got going on? Appreciate all the love and support. Good compliment. Here's Z China 187. I always like it when you guys compliment the Feed Me More Nutrition supplements. I just received your ISO Hungry protein, plant powdered protein today, and tried it for the first time, and it's excellent. We'll definitely get it again. I got the caramel cookie. Are there any plans for any flavors to be available anytime soon? Yeah. So we actually have a peanut butter flavor done and a vanilla flavored mocha done as well. And they are on hold until I've got everything going on with WWE. I just talked to my attorney today. They have agreed for another extension, and their attorneys, because there's a settlement proposal going on, and the attorneys are working this out because I'm going to win the Ryback trademark, and there's a lot going on with all this, and it's all gonna be good. But because of Wrestlemania, it's been delayed. There was Vince's mother passing in Wrestlemania, and so they said that this should be hopefully resolved by the end of April if everything goes well, and I am all for it being resolved at this point in time. And so that, because it is, I want to move on. I want my social media not to be touched. Everyone can see what's going on. And I've been stating this from, there are people that thought I was crazy and making stuff up. You see now what social media does to people. You're seeing them silence other people and other things. I posted the things of them wanting my social media, right? I've given you proof that they have the motives to do it and the partnerships to do it, and they have. And I've still been able to grow and succeed without it, but it has greatly handcuffed me and limited me. And I want it resolved. I want to move on. I want all of this over. I don't care to ever talk about WWE in a negative way. I just want it over. I want everything to be made right, which is going to be made right. Mark my words. And I want everything to be peaceful and move on. And everyone wins on that. And they will. And I will, at that point, I will be doing more flavors. And there's going to be a lot going on. But that, and then prices were high too with everything going on. There's been, I had a lot of multiple supplements I wanted to do, but my prices are so much higher right now. I just go, I'm not making. I did that before during COVID, and it wasn't wise to that. So I'm being smarter with my business. We're making money, and I'm just looking. I'm waiting for things to calm down in the world, right? I don't want to do 3 new flavors and spend, because this stuff costs a lot of money, just so you guys know. This is like, there's a lot of costs coming up with new supplements with that. And I've got 13 different supplements, multiple flavors on different ones. Last thing I want to do is like, okay, let's pull the plug, pull the trigger on a couple more flavors here, send the big checks into the manufacturer, and then Russia decides to nuke us, something stupid where everything, and then I'm just like, well, that was really good. Good job, big guy. I'm kind of just waiting this out like the rest of you with everything. We've got the business. Everything's great. We've got our current products. The caramel cookie's delicious. You said so yourself. It's excellent. Let's just all be happy with what we got and be thankful for the time being. I'm doing very well. Thank you. My strength, my shoulder is getting better and better. I did pull-ups for the first time today in a long time. I used to be able to do, when I was younger, granted I was at a lighter body weight, I used to do endless amounts of pull-ups at the gym. I was a machine. And even when I got heavier in WWE, and my shoulder was even bad then, I was still able to bust out 12 to 15 pull-ups any given time. And obviously the more sets you do, that goes down. But like, I was still able to do them. And then eventually, I remember like halfway into my WWE Ryback run, I stopped doing pull-ups as often because it was really hurting me. And then I remember I was able to do them. I was able to do weighted pull-ups. I have a video of me doing weighted pull-ups here at home. And even when my shoulder and back were shot, and then like now I got to build those muscles back up. And I did assisted, and I worked my way up on dropping the weight on the assisted pull-ups today, and I got 20-something pull-ups total after my chest workout, and I feel really, really good. I just now I'm really my endurance is better than it's ever been though. My body looks physically, I look as big and strong as my body's very close to what I was. It will continue to get better, and again, like I'm not. If I know I'm working for something, if I don't say Ryback's coming back in fighting Goldberg at Money in the Bank at Vegas at Allegiant Stadium and retiring him, right? I'm going to be in my best shape ever. I'm just giving you just a random scenario of me needing, you know what? Ryback's coming back to WrestleMania to shell shock Roman after he beats Brock Lesnar and win the title. I would be, granted, not for that, I don't have enough time, but I'm in shape already. But I want to be in the best shape coming back. I don't want to come back and they're like, hey, that's Ryback, but he has a fully gray beard. And like, no, I don't got any. I look pretty much identical, but I want to be the best I've ever been when I come back. You know, I don't want to come out and they're like, why is Ryback wearing a shirt with a singlet? Oh, he's doing it like all the other guys that are ashamed of their bodies. No, you're going to get the full big guy when he's back. Big, meaty tits, the whole shebang. What else we got? What do I think about Cody Rhodes not getting a decent contract with AEW? What do you guys come up with this stuff? Stop believing these schmucks writing on the dirt sheets, guys, that just come up with random things. I'm sure Cody got an excellent offer for AEW, and we still don't even know fully if he's fully. But if he is going to WWE, trust me, it was for. There's a lot going on that a lot of you don't know. I know a lot of stuff because I've talked to him and I know, and I know why he does certain things. I don't know other things. I'm not in the loop on with that, but like God, you guys, man, that's the problem. You read these things and you believe it, written by these people, these diseased minds that like, and you just start, and then you guys go and gossip about people. Like, come on, just be happy for the guy. He's going to make money either way, and I guarantee you, I've talked about it on here already. Those positions, like Jericho talked about it, why he didn't want it. You know how much of a headache being in one of those positions is? Do you think it's normal for Triple H to have a heart attack as young as he did with that? It's the stress. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. On top of trying to wrestle, and Cody's an active wrestler, and I believe he's going to benefit more from just focusing on wrestling along with his other stuff, but he's not going to have to do all the other stuff that he was doing. And he's probably going to get even more money, and he's making money on his other stuff. And him and Brandy got other little side hustles and revenue streams coming in because they're smart. Like, just be happy for the person, man. Be happy for everybody. And don't ever question their decisions or like, man, like there's so much hate and negativity in the wrestling community. First of all, there's a ton of love. And there's so many great positive fans. But I'm telling you, man, we just got to block these schmucks within the hateful, negative people. I have no time for them. Nobody should. And it's not worth it, man. It's because it's like, that's the one thing about social media. It's so great for us to connect and talk, right? But man, it's given people a way to have an opinion and voice that, man, such a strong portion of human civilization will suffer, and they suffer because of their minds. And that is it. It is our mindset. And that is why I preach the hungry mindset. And if we're going to have a chance to do great things, we have to have a positive mindset more often than not. And we have to believe in ourselves. And not all of us are going to go on to be the most famous people or this. But man, if you're listening to me right now and you're working at McDonald's and you embrace a hungry, positive mindset, whatever you want to call it, I'm telling you, you will work your way up. You will be managing those McDonald's at McDonald's. And I bet you, and if you go all out with that, eventually you can own your own McDonald's. People have done that. Whatever you do, you can be happy and be in a better place, regardless of where you're currently at. You could start one day at a time and just start growing, man. But like so many people are hateful and negative. And the one thing those people do more than anything, which is the majority of human civilization, guys, is they talk about other people in a negative, hateful way, and they try to spread that hate. And it brings them joy to see other people suffer because they're suffering. And then they go, oh, it can happen to them too. Block them, shut it out. Don't try to reason with them. Let them figure it out on their own. Meat Hook, Shell Shock, kicked out of Rybackville forever. 1, 2, 3, sayonara, you little biatches. Big guy out. What else do we have going on? I'm not coming back at WrestleMania. I promise you on that. Walter, good to see you, my man. Double W. Double W. Walter Wozniak. Double W. Double W. That's a real tongue twister. I hope you're doing good, buddy, and your family's doing good as well. I always appreciate, we have a lot of the hardcore returning listeners, whether they get the notifications or not. You guys are here every week. Thank you very much. God of Thunder says, I don't believe the Cody stuff. I think it's a work. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. I'm just saying I will not be shocked at all if he goes back to WWE. I put out a tweet on the storyline that I think if I was them, and it's based off things I know, that if they were to bring him back, he beats Seth because Seth was Triple H's guy. And then he aligns himself with Vince and actually truly has a heel run, kind of like when Seth was with Triple H, but more of a corporate Cody where he's actually, though, politicking while Hunter's out with a heart attack and weak and down and out, and all Hunter's guys have pretty much been fired. Cody, who defeated NXT, has come in with big money and now has political aspirations of kind of becoming what Triple H was within the company. I think that would really play out. And it doesn't need to play out with him and Hunter having a match or anything like that. It can just, this is based off of real stuff that I know. And I would believe it would be a very believable storyline. And it would make sense because Cody's done, you guys have seen the Sledgehammer. So I'm not giving away details of what I know on things, but there was stuff with that. And Cody has not forgotten. And Cody Vince is crazy, man. Vince is crazy with all that stuff. And Hunter let him down in a way with NXT and they got egg on their faces. AEW beat them, even though WWE kind of was the aggressor with that, even though, and they're not losing, they're making all this money, but for that little battle, they lost, right? With that, they changed their days and it was what it was with that. And the guy who was a big part of that is now coming in with that. And I'm telling you, I think it would be a very good storyline personally. That would be somewhat real. And we'll see what happens with all of that, if that is the case. Appreciate all the love on TikTok and Instagram. Instagram account is still completely shut down and just suppressed. And but I'm trying to reach out to these people daily, and Twitter, it is what it is. Vegan Chrissy, I'm here, Daddy. Vegan Chrissy, I first thought you were a woman. You are a man, I believe. You could just address me as Ryback. That is cool. Thank you. Eric asked, what supplement do you recommend for someone who works out and is trying to gain muscle mass? I would go with our Iso Hungry protein. Increase your quality plant protein. It mixes like whey, tastes delicious. And I would actually stack that with, if you can afford to add in the 10 count creatine and the Finish It BCAA. But if you can just get two, I would get the protein, which has your amino acids in it as well, and the 10 count creatine with that. And I think that will do you very well if you're working out and going, and that will be a good addition to your regimen. Ryback needs to do a movie with Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. One of my favorite movies of all time, outside of Kingpin, is Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. I'm going to have to watch that again. Matter of fact, tomorrow's supposed to be my wine night. I may make it my wine night and watch Face Off and drunk tweet. One of my favorite things. I don't ever get drunk on the wine. I keep it limited, but it usually makes for my best tweets. We've got a super chat here. We've got the first super chat of the day coming in. We're going to see who's going to beat this super chat. That's my way of tempting you guys to just give me more money. Feed me more money. Feed me more money. Kevin Roj, thank you very much for the super chat. Any food videos coming out with P. Marie again? Those were great. She is really cool and funny. Also, can you talk a little about the brain supplement? That's our brain feed by Feed Me More Nutrition. Yeah. So yes, at some point, me and Phoenix will do another video. I just haven't. Me and her are friends. Never like we've always gotten along. She's very busy. I'm busy. We live on opposite sides of the city. We've just texted not long ago talking about we were going to get together and just go have dinner and whatnot. And she's one like me and Phoenix can go periods of time without talking, and then like we just pick up where we left off. And I'm sure people are going to take that in multiple ways, various ways with that. But like me and her, I love her to death. She's one of my favorite people. She's one of the nicest, most genuine people I know. Like I trust her, and we don't even have to talk all the time, but like I have so much trust in her that over like majority of people, she's one of the realest human beings. And it's crazy because so many people, it's crazy how like that industry can be similar to pro wrestling and a lot of the things that go on. But like she's just a very just nice, genuine person. And granted, she does that for a living, and she's just a woman who just absolutely is a sex fanatic. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's others, she doesn't have any mommy daddy issues. She has a loving, great family. And like she never had any like, and then there's other people that get into it that have drug issues and that are molested when they're younger, right? And things. She's not that. And it's just like from the moment we first met in Australia, we've just gotten along. And we click well. So yeah, I would love to do another video with her at some point with that. And then, you know, what do you want to know about our brain feed supplement though with that? With that, if you have a specific question, I'll try to. You don't have to do another super chat with that, but typically with that, it's stacked, man. I always tell people like if you like the On It, the Alpha Brain by On It, it is a formula that is similar to that, and I'll hype them up. I loved Alpha Brain many years ago with that. But it was lacking. It didn't have ginkgo biloba, and we have another ingredient that we use called teacrine. I believe we use multiple, 3 or 4 different ingredients we don't use, as well as a lot of the ingredients they do use with that. That I believed we were able to take their Alpha Brain and make it better. But what it upset me about their formula is they charge like $70 something a bottle, and it was like I go why, and it was because it really is kick ass. It's great, but I was just like, man, that shouldn't be, or we're $34.99. I'm like, come on, now you're just got price gouging people and with that. So but if you have a specific question on that, let me know. It helps with memory and focus. So I take it every morning. It stacks really well with our Wake Up Unlimited Energy. You don't need to take it with that, but teacrine enhances the effects of caffeine, ginseng, which we also have in the Wake Up Unlimited Energy. So I just like it. It helps just to be a little sharper. I just think it's good to feed our brain the nutrients that can help it. Our brains are something oftentimes that we don't really think about, but that comes to the quality of the food that we eat, the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and doing things, not doing drugs, limiting our alcohol consumption, right? Things that can be detrimental to our brain. And that's why it's just a supplement to kind of to help enhance, make our brains function a little better and give it the nutrients that it needs and things that can help us be a little mentally better. I truly, I'm just a big believer. Life is so mental with that. And it's, the better we feel, the better, you know, the less anxiety we have, the less stress we have, the better we can perform at the things that we need to do, depending on whatever that is for each and every one of us every day. Jay says, yeah, I had to stop paying for Alpha Brain a long time ago. I may try your formula. Actually, and too, Jay, because I'm getting ready to switch out because you can actually get the brain feed for $24.99 if you buy any other supplement on the website. We have it as an add-on, or you could buy one bottle for the $34.99, and you'll get a pop-up on feedmemore.com where you can add another bottle of brain feed. That's the supplement I've been promoting the last few months, where we give a discount as an add-on. It's a way, essentially what that does is it's an add-on from a business standpoint of when people are making a checkout and purchasing, like, oh, hey, I can also get that supplement for cheaper than it is normally if we add it in. And what it does is it raises your cart total. That's why I do that from a business standpoint. But I pick the supplements, like we do it with our kick out immune system support for a long time. And I'm getting ready to go back to that because we have a whole new stock of that and they're loaded up on it. where I want people to use it because it works. And with everything with COVID and keeping people's immune system. So I was really pushing that during that period. But I've been doing it with the brain feed because it works so well. And once people try it, we tend to keep buying with that stuff. So check it out. And if you want, you can get that other bottle for $24.99 or try another supplement and get it. You'll see, man. And look at the label and compare them. And you'll see, and you'll be like, oh yeah, these companies, once you see what like companies like that are doing, my thing is all trust goes out the window. I'm like, come on. And I'll put them over. They have great stuff. It's just like, don't be pieces of shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, you don't need to be. You're making money already, man. Like, you don't need to be charging people $80 for a brain supplement. Another super chat here. Braden Larson says, eat chips, please. I really appreciate that, Braden. You can actually tune into my TikTok. I've got a new post that's doing fairly decent of me taking over the Thunderdome, eating my Ruffles, which somebody, a fan or not a fan, I don't know, someone made, which is hilarious. Is there a good alternative for fish? Well, I assume because you're talking about eating fish for the omega fats. Um, you can eat hemp hearts. Hemp hearts have the omegas that you need. You could also buy algae. Omegas are in the algae. That's why the fish eat the algae, and where so you'd be getting it directly from the source. Algae, omega-3 fatty acids. With that, you could buy online on Amazon with that stuff. But there's a lot. I'd have to look. I know, but hemp hearts are high in them. Hemp hearts are a good way to get your omega fats, along with protein as well, in that 10 grams per serving. So you don't need to be eating fish though with that. Nicholas, thank you very much. Very kind. Says big respect to your mental durability. I don't know how you constantly have to repeat yourself to people who live in a small wrestling bubble who don't care about anything but themselves. Respect. Thank you very much. I've had a lot of practice. I've had a lot of, and early on, I would rant a little bit and go on, not even rant, just let out, like, because it's something, I mean, look how long it's been. We're approaching 6 years that I walked out in May, and I have to repeat myself constantly. There's still people that think I was fired. There's people that think that, like, they just are completely clueless. They think that I can't get hired by any wrestling company. They're just completely oblivious to the entire situation, even though I've been honest and upfront. But I've talked about this with you guys, and what everything's going to be made right very shortly. I've won everything. Everything is legally being made right with what is going on in this settlement, and I'm not going to probably be allowed to talk about it once things happen, right? But I just go one day at a time, and I work on the things that I can control. The social media stuff has been extremely infuriating and frustrating. But even with all this going on, I get the good comments. I get so much more love than I get hate. But I try to let people understand, like, what happened when I walked out and I exposed them and told the truth, and it has triggered other people to leave and do things which they did not want, right? But what they did, and when they came at me and go, "We want you to give us all your social media," I didn't realize at the time what was going to happen and what they were about to do. And what happened, if you look, and I'm giving you the comparison, you saw like Joe Rogan, when the media and the news, they were not happy with what he was doing. What did they do? They started attacking his character. They started creating lies, creating hate, trying to find things to get people to discredit him, to silence him. But he had such a large platform, and they couldn't stop him, right? I didn't have that luxury. I had my following. That was my big platform with everything that I had leaving. That I thought was gonna keep growing because it had grown so quick. What they did was, I didn't give them my social media. They suppressed me on every account that I had, and then anyone that I was going to make in the future. They pushed out massive lies. They were running paid ads on Facebook. The publications that they work with, like the Sportster and all these other companies, started putting out all these negative things, an overwhelming amount, to the hardcore fan base and the people that read that stuff, they've removed Ryback as an interest on social media, which is absolutely unheard of, so that I couldn't market to my fans with that. They did that very quickly, by the way. That just does not happen randomly. So they silenced me. They pushed out all these lies, right? So what does that do? That creates hate. Then you've heard me speak the truth from the beginning, the people that follow, but look how many people are not aware of that. And that's where I just said I got to keep pushing out massive content. It's better to be seen by 100 people than no people. And so that's what keeps me going, where I go, you know what? I don't get the views that I want to get, even though I've got the following, and they're not getting the notifications or whatever's going on. I can't control that. All I can control is the work that I do one day at a time. I learned marketing and sales so that I could at least make a living, and they couldn't completely stop me from making a living outside of there, right? I built my business up from 3 supplements to 13 while spending all this money fighting them legally, and I've won. And the truth always wins with that. And even in all of this, this is where I knew I get the positive feedback and I get the comments and I see the love and support. But to put things into perspective, before my TikTok got kind of shut down from what it was doing, and it's my best platform still by far, but they have limited me on there after the WWE partnership with that as well. And I don't care, but like, I'm still hustling, and I'm still the most followed pro wrestler outside of The Rock, and Great Khali in India, but Khali also is a big part of that is India. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Great Khali, and I love him. Rock is number 1, Great Khali is number 2. I'm number 3, and I don't have any TV, and that's being suppressed, and I'm ahead of all the current active wrestlers by a lot with that, right? And growing rapidly, still even being suppressed with that. So that to me, and that's why, and it gives me extra motivation to know, I go, all this work that I'm doing is going to pay off, and it's like a slingshot being pulled back. But I try to, and don't get me wrong, man, I get angry, and it really is frustrating, but I've come so far, and I'm at the finish line, and I just go, I focus on what I'm grateful for. I try to focus on the good. I just block the bad, and I tell my truth, man. And you're going to have people when you do that love you, and people that just want to hate you. And I just say, it's okay if you want to hate me, but shame on you for wanting to spread hate and negativity. You're going to be blocked, and I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to try to change your mind. I'm just going to block you and keep doing what I'm doing. And that's all I care about. So I thank all the good people that have stuck with me for all of this, and amazing times that lie ahead. Thank you very much, Jay. I greatly appreciate that. Sophie is doing very good. She's healed up here again, and she's the most loving dog in the world. Her little guy, man, they're just. I'm very proud of the decisions that and I made in keeping Sophie alive, and she's going to be 7 later this year in November. I always celebrate it on Halloween. I call her my little Halloween baby, my little angel. So, yeah, she's doing good, man. It's just keeping her calm. I walk her at night. I got her little stroller, and little guy, I got him in his harness and his leash. The neighbor across the street has a black cat that now likes to come outside every night and just sit out there, and it kind of just taunts little guy and Sophie just goes crazy in her little stroller. And little guy desperately wants me to let him go so he can go over there, but I know that cat, little guy can be a beast, but that cat will scratch the shit out of little guy, and I don't want to have to take him to the vet or anything. So, but little guy's like, doesn't want to attack him. Little guy just wants to play, but that cat will just claw him. I have no doubt. India, what's going on? I missed a super chat. Let me take a look. You see, like this person here, like C-Train. I'm not even going to argue with him. I just block him because he just comes at me with lies. I don't see any wait. The last super chat I had was eat chips, please. That I already had gotten. Yes, I got along great with everyone of the Nexus. I would say I talked to Stu Wade Barrett the most though, by far. I get along with everyone really, really well. Dominic asked, "Do you have to be on a strict diet for the extreme fat burner to work, or no?" Asking for my wife. Well, no, it'll still work, but it's not. And I know people, and I have a buddy that tells me every time he takes it, he tends to eat a little worse, but he loves it because it keeps him lean. There's some people that just they want to take a supplement and be able to sometimes just keep eating the way that they are, and that's their personal choice. I always think it's best to use it in accordance with really trying to push yourself, but that's just me with that. It will still work, yes. But it's like don't expect that like if it will what the best way to put it is it can help minimize damage with that. Minimize damage and but it you don't want to develop a habit of overeating and eating worse while on a fat burner because then when you stop it, then you know what I mean? Those bad habits are hard to break sometimes when it comes to food and but yeah, it'll still work. And I'm telling you, you're not going to find a better fat burner. Anything weight management formula. We had to change the name of it to that for marketing because they put a bunch of restrictions because there are so many fat burners that don't work. But ours actually truly is a fat burner. It actually works with that. But I just adjust. I just go with the flow, and the product doesn't change. The product still works, but now I can keep marketing it so that I can keep getting sales. Right. We're going to deliver a quick meat hook shell shock out of Rybackville once again. No losers allowed. We've got another super chat here. Supreme Boards 2K, thank you very much. Question: I want to lose weight. I'm willing to know anything or do something. What should I start off with? Also, to go to a gym. So that ties in both. You made the decision that you want to get in better shape. You want to lose weight. You have to now start educating yourself and reading and learning. We have a lot of blogs on feedmemore.com, all free, on different things and different foods. So what you need to educate yourself on, or what, I don't know what kind of diet that you're on, or what kind of foods that if you eat animal products, or you're plant based, or you're vegan, or you're vegetarian, right? I don't know any of that, but whatever your diet is, you need to learn the foods in general. You need to learn the foods that we have made available, and then what you need to do is the body. I say this, I almost talk about it every damn show. The basal metabolic rate calculator online, the where you go in and they have a million of them online. You try a couple of them just to see if they give you similar numbers, which most of them are all pretty identical with that. And it's going to give you plug in your weight, your height, your activity level. Be very honest. The more honest you are, the better the numbers are going to be more accurate. It will give you like how many calories you need per day with that. And then if you want to start losing weight, what you'll start doing is cutting calories outside of, say you need 3,000 calories a day or 2,500 calories a day to maintain your current weight. You start slowly cutting that and coming in, 300 calories under that for an extended period of time, which you have to figure this part out. You got it. This comes through trial and error. A lot of this, there's no like one guaranteed way to do this with that. And you're going to hit little plateaus and hit walls. The main thing, what you need to start doing though, is get in the gym, start getting a diet in order, and just start trying. And like I did this when I was young. I didn't have a lot of these tools and information. It was just trial and error. But the one thing that remained constant was that I never stopped. I kept working out. I kept evolving and learning and growing my workout program and what I was doing, my activity level, learning different things about the different various forms of cardio and conditioning, and learning about foods. And that's a journey there's not like there's nobody that's just going to say like, hey, this is what you need to do. Now you can go online and find people that are going to sell you diet programs and things like that. But at the end of the day, though, you need to know your stuff still to some degree. Otherwise, you never know if people what they're telling you is honest or not. You got to know how to adjust and adapt to things to make it your own, because nobody knows the life that you're living better than you with that. But you got to start learn the foods, the basal metabolic rate calculator, so that you have an understanding of calories and how many you need. That's where so many people, they don't even know how many calories they're eating per day. There's people that eat a whole bag of Doritos and then they eat a whole bag of gummy bears, and then they go get two combos from McDonald's, and then have a 6-pack of beer at night, and eat some Ben and Jerry's, and they don't understand why they're overweight. They don't. I'm telling you, there's so many people like that are like, I don't eat that much. I don't know why. It's always been. This is just my genetics. No, it's what you're putting in your body, and all this processed food, and so and there's no one like simple thing like how do you do it, but like that's the start, and then you got to start learning. But no matter what, you just got to keep working out, literally keep working out, and keep trying to eat better. And I promise you, you're gonna get results, and you're gonna keep making results over time, because you're gonna learn, and you're gonna grow, and you're gonna evolve. Ryback, would you ever consider going into politics or acting? Aren't they the same? Um, no. I like what I do. I would rather then you go into politics, and then you got to there's every honest person that's ever, how many people that probably really honest, real people have gotten into politics, and then you've got lobbyists and the real people that are in control, and they're like, yeah, we're going to kill you and your family unless you start doing this. And then you're just like, well, I'm screwed. Now I'm involved in this. So now I got to be fake and be dishonest. And you see it all the time. So the best thing is to do is just to not get into it and just preach the message and self-empowerment and a positive mindset, and try to avoid that stuff, not be reliant on them as much as possible. The problem is when we're reliant on them, then a lot, you know what I mean? That's why I've kind of have the mindset that I do in financial freedom. Money is oxygen, and money allows us to live our lives. I firmly believe that we eliminate money out of the equation from life, that we could be our true selves. And that's why I'm so comfortable, just because I've found that comfort in that, and having my own business and things where I don't have to worry and second guess on things. And I'm telling you, it live a very low stress outside of some of the things like that's gone on with WWE, but for the most part, live an amazing low stress life that is absolutely beautiful. Well, thank you, Will and Bill. Appreciate you guys typing out the theme song. Meat on the table, that's what you are. Supreme Boards 2K, thank you again. Thank you. That is the best thing I ever heard. Thank you for your words. I will start. I'm over 280 at 18. Eat a lot of outside food. So, what do you recommend? So, start making food at home. A lot of the problem is in learning how to cook at home. A lot of times, man, you only know what you know from how you were raised, right? And unfortunately, we live in the era of processed foods and convenience foods. With that, you need to start learning in how to cook and how to make things. It's very simple. Like I make all my own food for the most part. And if you're eating out, pick better places. Like go to a Chipotle when you can. Don't go to these fast food places. And even like places like Chipotle, they have a lot of sodium in their stuff. Don't be reliant on those places. Use them here and there, and you know what I mean? Make adjustments. Maybe you eat there a little more in the beginning until you start figuring things out. And then you go, man, I really like these burrito bowls that I'm getting, or these vegetable bowls, and I bet I can make this myself. And then make it yourself. Start cooking, and what you'll do is you'll eliminate a lot of the sodium and the other junk that they put in that stuff, and you'll start making improvements, man, with that. But if you cut out processed foods as much as possible, and something else I'm going to give you a tip on, don't drink your calories as much as possible. This is a Zevia flavored 0-calorie drink right here. Absolutely delicious. Zevia. I get nothing from them with that. But don't, like, people that drink Cokes and drink regular sodas, people that drink sweet tea, that makes me cringe. Just, you're drinking pure sugar in a processed form that our bodies are not meant to have. Don't drink fruit juices, eat real fruit that has fiber. Our bodies know how to process that and use that, and it does not react in our body the same way that just guzzling down Sunny Delight will. Like, don't start cutting out crap like that, and you're going to start seeing all these amazing things happen with how you feel in your body with that. All right? The calories are the big part. Once you know the calories that you need, you're going to start being able to start tracking and figure things out. And I promise you, once you get good at that, you don't have to track things as you get older. You start learning and knowing what you're eating and your size and portion sizes, even though I weigh out things at home. But I can eyeball a lot of things. I know when I go somewhere, I know when to tell the people at Chipotle, like, that's good on the rice. Like, I know what a serving of rice looks like, right? So many people don't, and they pour, 3 damn servings of rice in there. And I know that, hey, I only want about, 25 grams of carbs right now. And I can eyeball, like, that's good, brother, with that. But if you don't know, you might be eating 100 plus grams of carbs just in rice alone, not counting the beans and everything else that they put in that thing. So try to eliminate the processed foods and try to pick better places, fresher restaurants, places over the fast food options as much as possible. We've got another super chat coming up here. Jay Henry, thank you very much, buddy. Like I said on Twitter today, I'll do whatever I can to show support. Really seems criminal. I appreciate you and your positivity. Goes a long way. Thank you very much, Jay. No, thank you for the love and support. I try to post the stuff so just people that see it can see like what's going on. Everything I've said ever since I've left has been true with that. And unfortunately, there's people that they want to hate. They go, no, you bought your followers. I'm like, I've lost followers. Where have I bought followers? You can plug in an app that tells you like 1.2 of my followers are real in accordance with real followers and people with other audience sizes and whatnot. Like when I post the analytics for people to see, like, why am I with 1.4 million people plus only 7,000 people even getting that impression? And that's just so people can see, like, and unfortunately, there's nothing anyone could do but outside of spread awareness. And what I'm trying to do is, because these companies won't communicate, I'm trying to pressure the new Twitter CEO, Paraga, at Paraga, which everybody should go on there and tag that guy, and on my tweets, retweet him and show support. Is the best thing you could do. I've reached out to him so many times and said, please, can you please just help me with my account and explain to me why it's like this? They know what they're doing, though. They know what they've done is wrong. So they're never going to admit they've done anything wrong. But I think now they're in such a hole. I think they're just afraid to even fix anything because it's going to then be obvious, right, that things were messed up this whole time. So I don't know what the thing. I just know that this is in the settlement with WWE, that they have to back the fuck off all my social media, in which they're never going to admit. But at least if they sign the documents, if they are found to be connected to them in the future, that's going to be a major, major issue, at least where I have that in writing, right? So, and I'm working my hardest on all of this. It's just, it is criminal. But I always tell people, like, what if I could never wrestle again? Is this going to just last for the rest of my life? That everything I can't get any traction on anything that I do? We've seen what I could do on on a platform when I wasn't suppressed on TikTok. I literally blew up on that thing really quickly, and still am going strong. Nobody on TV has a following that I do. How's that possible? How can that be the case on one platform and then I can't be seen on others? Well, it's because of everything I've said. But that's why I need you guys, man. That's what the people that do see it, that 0.5%. I thank you guys, man, for interacting and seeing my stuff. And it doesn't stop me, but that's why I just try to focus on the good. But it's, I just try to do my best to remain calm. And I've explained it to people. There's going to be people that see it and go, yeah, I don't think that he's lying about that. Something's clearly off. And then there's going to be people that go, no, you're not relevant. You're not this and that. I go, no, this started like right when I left. That when it just happened, that drop off happened right away when I didn't sign it over. So, but they don't care. And so I don't focus on it. But Thank you very much, man. And it's greatly appreciated. Jorge says, damn, I'm going to try to eat more fiber. Jorge, that's the one thing that most people are eating. More fiber in our diets will increase our metabolism and help us lose body fat. And it's eating fiber from plant-based foods. Chia seeds, great to add fiber. Hemp hearts have a little bit of fiber. I believe nutritional yeast is a good way to add more fiber. Eating plant-based foods will greatly increase your fiber content with that. Vegan Chrissy, thank you very much. I'm always here for you, Ryback. Vegan Chrissy, I appreciate you calling me Ryback. Swapno says, once the truth comes out, they are going to be doomed. I'm talking jail, lawsuits, shut down, and the chairman of the company will pay. I agree. And that's what I'm trying to, like, I've told this guy, like, look, there's lawsuits going on already with other people in like political, where they literally took away the president of the United States Twitter, regardless of what you think about him. That is crazy that has happened. And they are, that's everything I've said is they are working with, they are partners with all these people. They're partners with the vaccine companies. We've seen it. Zuckerberg doing things like all these people, they are getting paid. And then what they're doing is they're like, that person speaks up a lot. He speaks up against the agenda, silenced. And that is a very dangerous thing. And I do believe that there are people in government that are it's just going to take time. But that's why also, if you noticed, a lot of the people left, like the people that were in charge of social media companies left. That's not an accident. And there's a lot of top executives that just left. And I believe because they have so much blood on their hands with that, and they're trying to eliminate the track record of everything. But like, it's like, I'm the one, for me, that deals with this on a daily basis. And it's the best thing I could do, though, is just keep growing and then hope that the karma will come back and get the people that deserve it, and in that good will prevail. And I believe that will be the case. And hopefully nobody, and I've talked to before, I believe WWE suppresses, they're not just suppressing me. They do it to quite people that leave there not on good terms. They do it. There's a lot of people they have suppressed. I could see it right from a million miles away. And I know that there was a backstory on stuff that had happened, and they have it. But I just know from them sending me those documents, and I know with everything, because if you take someone's voice away, it's really hard for them to get traction with anything, right? And they also are doing that to send a message to the people that are inside Shawshank there that, hey, if you leave here and try to disrupt things and you try to go do your own thing, we could ruin your life. That's what I'm telling you, this is a very real thing going on. And I was so motivated from everything they've done with my ankle injury. I'm not backing down, and I'm beating them. God damn it, I am beating them. And I'm not going to stop. I just want it over with, and I want them out of my life, man. And but I do believe all these people, I do believe the truth will come out. And I do believe that will be the case at some point in time. Or new social media companies will come along and take over, where that people that are literally the same platforms, just different names, that are not Sirius XM. Stopping my TikTok stream. Sirius has been on me hard to renew. It's coming up. I'm going to renew, but I found if you wait, they keep sending you things every week for a lower and lower rate. So I'm waiting to the last day, and then I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll renew for $5. And did I miss a super chat there? I thought I missed another one. I don't see it now. Checking up. I can't tell if I missed another super chat. Where are we at? All right, guys. With that, I always like to keep the shows about an hour long. I'm probably going to be on for at least one more episode of the Ryback Show this week. I got my 24-hour fast coming up on Saturday, so that will probably be when I will be back on here. Yeah, hold on, one more swap. I've seen many wrestlers suppressed. Alberto Del Rio's followers haven't grown for a year, and apart from some of the most of his tweets, hardly get hundreds of likes. Yeah, 100%. They do it. They do it to, and I'll tell you another one. Tyrus, Brodus Clay is heavily suppressed. He luckily is on TV, but he's on top-rated shows. He gets so few likes for his stuff for how he's on major shows with that. He's another one that I know they have suppressed. There's a lot. They want it, and here's I'm going to tell you what their psychology on this is. They want this the thing to be, and there's people that even that do look okay on there that I know they're still suppressing. It's just because they're on TV and doing all right. But when the ones that they go after, they want you to be reliant on the business. Vince does not want people to be successful outside of WWE, especially ones that leave or they fire. And he wants them to come back, because the ones that need to come back, what do they usually do? They come back for lower amounts of money. I swear to God, I know this man inside and out. And I know, because I've read the books and I learned, he read a lot of really shitty books to manipulate human beings. And I read those same books, and they were the most disgusting books I've ever read on that. But I needed to read them to understand and get inside his brain with that, and to know the moves that he's making with that. And that's how I've been able to beat them on everything. And his stuff does not work with me, because he will not destroy love and positivity. It's love and positivity, though, and you got to shell shock that motherfucker back every single time he tries to do something. And that's the way you beat him. And I'm a lot younger than him. I'm going to outlive him, and he's going to go way, way before me with that. And his legacy is not going to be kind to him. I promise you that. But we're going to beat him in this first, and then we're going to go from there. But yeah, we're going to wrap up with that today, guys. Thank you very much, as always, for the love and support. Please check out my Feed Me More Nutrition line. That is the best way to show your love and support. Check out the supplements we have on there. You can save 20% with discount code RYBACKSHOW20 on there. Sign up for my email and text message to save even bigger and get massive discounts every week with that, guys, over on feedmemore.com. I actually got a meeting next week with a merch company, maybe doing another website and doing all merchandise, and really going strong with my own branding moving forward with everything, and not using like third-party places and whatnot. So more on that after I get a little more information with all that. But thank you again, you guys. And until next time, stay hungry. Feed me more.